Hello, everybody. This is Sarah, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. And just a side note, it's Sarah with no H. You can spell it with an H if you want to. Doesn't matter to me. Well, hello, everybody. Um, Today is the Tuesday before Halloween. And even if you don't celebrate Halloween, it's okay. We're not doing anything Halloweeny. I just wore my jack-o'-lantern shirt and dug out my jack-o'-lantern mug. And if you want to know where I got this last year at Walgreens. I was just walking through to pick up my prescriptions. I had one of my granddaughters with me, Zoe, and she said, "Oma, look, you need a pumpkin mug for your coffee and crochet with Oma." Of course, she calls it coffee and crochet with Oma instead of Sarah. I've been thinking about changing it though. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, I am an Oma, right? In case you don't know, Oma's just grandma in German. Our background in our family is like a mixed bag of peanuts. I mean, we're just Heinz 57's people, but we do have some German in us. And when my husband was in the Air Force, we spent some time in Germany and we loved it. My son was born over there, so we just kind of stuck with it. And so all my grandkids call me Oma. Well, let's get the day off with a bright note and go ahead and clink in because we've got a busy day today. So, happy Halloween! Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. This is a pretty big mug, by the way, and I'm drinking my double Dutch chocolate with peppermint creamer. Now, you can't get any better than that. I know that pumpkin spice is all the rage. I can't do pumpkin spice. I'm allergic to cinnamon. Or I'm not really allergic. I guess I would say I'm sensitive to it. Sometimes I break out in a rash and my throat swells up. And other times when I've had it, it hasn't. And I think it just depends on the purity of it and where it comes from and things like that. So anyway, are you all ready to get started with our crochet together? All right, I'm going to go ahead and get busy with it because it's going to, when we do these crochet togethers, they do take a little bit longer than just our regular live videos together. Then after we finish that, I'll show you what's new this week at Posh Pooch Designs, okay? So I'm going to click over to my top cam, and I've got some coasters here. Now, this is a coaster we did. We didn't do the coaster, but we talked about how to do the reverse single crochet, which is also called the crab stitch. I'm going to show you how to make this simple coaster, and then I'm going to show you how to do what's called the twisted single crochet. Now, I did a few stitches on here because I wanted you to see how very similar, I guess I shouldn't put that against the white, there we go, how very similar that they look. I actually prefer doing the reverse single crochet. I think it's a smoother way of doing it. Some people prefer the twisted, and they're both fine. They both make a nice edge, and when we finish our coaster, I'm going to show you how to do that. Please disregard my little boo-boo. I had a little hangnail and I did what you're not supposed to do and I pulled it. All right, to make a coaster, you can use any medium weight number 4 yarn, and I'm just going to make my coaster with this beige color and this pink. And I wanted to show you these because you can change colors as often as you want to and make them look however you want. This one is green and gold. This is that bright green with white. And here I just did a little green and white. So you can change colors as often as you want. I'm going to be making one that looks like this. I'm going to put the beige in the center, and then I'll do that, not reverse single crochet, but twisted single crochet around the edge. All right. We're going to be using our H hook today. This is a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. You're going to need a needle just to weave in ends, and then of course a pair of scissors. I'm going to be doing the main portion of my coaster in this off-white color, and then I'll do the trim in this pretty pink. And what I do is I like to make a bunch of these up and have them sitting around the house. Anytime I have someone come over, they can use a coaster because usually they're drinking coffee or a soda. And so they can use a coaster and then they can just take it with them and just remember visiting with us at our house. All right, now make sure I don't have any glitter on my table this week. We're going to begin with a slip knot, and we'll be starting in the center, of course. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to stitch 9 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook. This chain 3 here will count as our first, and then we'll stitch 9 more so that we have 10. So yarn over, go in that 4th chain, and stitch a double crochet. And we'll stitch 8 more. And again, sometimes when I do these live, I may go just a little bit too fast. So if you want to slow the video down, you can do that after it gets over to YouTube. And that's something that you can do. Also, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, once it's posted, you can pause it as needed. All right. So I'm going to make sure that I have 10 double crochets. All right, let's see how many that I stitched. Here's my chain 3 that counts as my first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 double crochets. I'm going to join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. Now sometimes you'll get a hole in the center. When we finish our coaster, I'll show you how to close that up if you get that hole. You're going to have to weave that in anyway, so we might as well fix our hole. All right, now our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. We're going to stitch another double crochet in that same stitch. Then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in each stitch around. And that's going to give us 20 double crochets because we started with 10 and now we have, or we will have 20. And I'm stitching 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. And again, if I'm going too fast, you can go and watch it once it gets on YouTube or once it's posted on Facebook and pause as needed. On YouTube, you can slow it down as well. All right, let me put the second stitch in here, and then I'm going to count, see how I did. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Here's my last stitch, 19 and 20. All right, so again, I'm going to join to the top of my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. So we stitched 10 and then we stitched 20. For this third row, we're going to actually just repeat what we did on the second row. We're going to double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3. There we go. And then again, we're going to stitch 2 double crochets in each of those double crochets around. And this is going to take a couple seconds, so chat amongst yourselves. Just kidding. I'll try to get it done quickly, but also in a way that you can see, because I'm going to have to stitch 40 double crochets. And it's going to take a couple seconds, but don't worry. Again, you can always fast forward through this section once it's on YouTube and Facebook. I like making this kind of coaster because it's a great way to use up leftover scraps. You can use acrylic, you can use wool, you can use cotton, and you can use any blends. Just keep in mind that if it's a glass that's going to sweat, you probably want to use cotton or a cotton blend so it absorbs that sweat. The main purpose I use coasters for is mostly to protect the wood surfaces of my tables and end tables, coffee table, things like that. And because I'm usually drinking coffee, and of course, if you spill coffee, it would be good to have cotton. So it's kind of what you have on hand and what you prefer. All right, we're moving around here. So I'm going to have 40 double crochets. Whoops, there we go. Almost there. When I do a video where I'm not doing live, I will do some of the stitches and then give you a chance to catch up instead of doing them all live. But when we do these live ones, I like to do them all. All right. All right, let's count. And I always count by twos because there's 2 stitches in each one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and then our last 2 will be 40 double crochets. All right, and then we'll join again to our chain 3 with a slip stitch, but we're not going to chain 1. Now, when you're changing colors like with these, you want to make sure that you join and then do your chain 3 because it counts as the first stitch on the next row. And if, say, I went ahead and did my chain 3 in this green, I would end up with 1 stitch that's green on this second row. And unless that's what you want to do that chain 3 after the color change. All right, so I'm going to change colors and do our trim. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I'm going to use this pretty pink left over from another, strings, left over from another project. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my pink. And we're only going to chain 1. All right, now, a couple of weeks ago, I demonstrated how to do the reverse single crochet. Today we're going to do the twisted single crochet. You get similar results, and some people really prefer this method. One of the most important things when you're stitching the twisted is to have a little bit looser loops. All right, so we've got our loop on here. We're going to go in the first stitch and pull up a loop. We want to have a little bit looseness because we're going to twist our crochet hook, yarn over, and then finish our single crochet. All right, so we'll go in our next stitch, pull up a loop, make sure it's a little bit loose because we want to be able to twist it, and we're going to twist it, grab that yarn, and pull it through. And if it's too tight, it makes it a little bit difficult. All right, so we want to make sure we got a little bit of looseness there. Go in, pull up a loop, make sure it's a little bit loose, twist that crochet hook, yarn over, and pull it through. And see how much easier it was when my loop was a little bit thin, loose, not thin. And you can see it makes a similar effect as the reverse single crochet. Let me make a few more so you can see how that looks. So we're going to go in, pull up a loop, make sure our loops are a little bit loose, turn that hook or twist, and yarn over and go through. I'll do a few more just so you can see, and I'll try to go a little bit slower. Okay, so it's loose, you go in, pull up your loop, it's a little bit loose, and you're going to take the tip of your crochet hook and twist it towards you. I was talking to someone the other day about clockwise and counterclockwise, and they're like, what does that mean? People use digital watches and digital things now. They don't really know what that means. So I'll just tell you to crochet it a little bit loose, turn the tip of your hook towards you, and turn it or twist it. And you'll notice I put my thumb there. It helps me. Go in, pull up a loop. I'll put my thumb right there and then twist, and it does help me. It's just something that I learned along the way. Okay, so I want you to see how it looks similar. It gives you a same effect. The only difference is you can see this slants this way on those stitches, and this one doesn't slant. So if you don't want one to slant, that's the option for you. And you just go all the way around and then just join back, and it's super easy. All right, I'll do a couple more and then we'll get started with the rest of our video. A little bit loose, go in, pull up a loop, tip of it towards me and twist or turn, yarn over and pull through. So there's very little difference other than the fact, like I said, this one kind of has that slant that direction, where this one doesn't really have a slant. I like both of them. I just prefer to use the reverse one just because for me it's less clumsy. And that's kind of a preference. You get a really nice edge on both of them. You get a really nice look. And so, yeah, I just like both of them. But I had a lot of questions about, well, I've heard about the twisted crochet, single crochet. Another question that I got that I found was quite interesting is she said, can you do a reversed half double crochet or a reverse double crochet? I tried it. I didn't care for it. As far as the twisted, it just doesn't look right either. But doing the reverse single crochet or the twisted single crochet is a really great option for, you know, dish towels and edges of hats, you know, anything you want just a small edge on, but has a little bit more than just a single crochet stitch. All right, so like I said, when I do these crochet togethers and I'm moving just a little bit faster, once I get it over to YouTube, you can slow it down and pause as needed. Also, oh, I just saw my daughter. Hi, Elizabeth. They're having a snow day. She's stuck at home, I think. Elizabeth Spivey is my daughter, in case you don't know. She has Callie's Clips and Crochet Creations, and she has a wonderful Etsy shop where she sells baby items. You should go and check it out. Callie's Clips and Crochet Creations. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Anyway, the single crochet, reverse single crochet, or the twisted single crochet give you a similar look, and it's kind of whichever way you prefer. And I think it has to do with the wrist motion, why I prefer the reverse over the twisted, but I do like them both. And like I said, once it's on YouTube, when I do these Crochet Togethers live, I go a little fast. Once it's on YouTube, you can slow it down or pause as needed. If you're not on YouTube and you just look at the videos on Facebook, you still can pause it as needed. Well, there's Callie. Callie is my granddaughter, who is Elizabeth's daughter. Hi, Callie. She says, hi, Oma. All right, so that's our demonstration today. And the coasters are super easy. 10, 20, 40 single crochets in a circle. And they're super fun to make. You can make them with all your leftover scraps. You can make them in any colors. You can do solids, stripes. Of course, striping yarn's not going to work real great because it's not going to, you know. But variegateds work great. And any colors, fall, Halloween, birthday colors. And what I was saying last week about you could make it look like an eyeball. You could do the center black, do like this, do the white, and then you could make some lines. You can make it look like a pizza. You can make it look like a donut. I mean, a circle coaster can be just about anything. You could use this for a pumpkin and just do like the face like I have on my shirt. Just do it in orange, you know. So just use your imagination. All right, so I have an assignment. Are you ready? I don't give assignments very often, all right? But as a crochet teacher, I do feel like I need to give you an assignment every now and then, okay? So, I want you to make a coaster or a couple or a bunch. You can use whatever trim edge you want, reverse single crochet, twisted single crochet, or just basic single crochet, which would just be one stitch in each of those 40 double crochets, and post a picture over to the PPD, Puppy Love Crochet Group. Okay? And I want to see them. I want to see your work. Because you know I love that, right? All right, let's talk about what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. All right, I'm going to click over to my roaming camera, and I want you to see this scarf. Isn't that beautiful? This scarf is called Queen Anne's Lace Scarf. And it's really different. And I used my leftover pink variegated Red Heart Super Saver. And you can see it went from like a dark cherry all the way around to like a really light soft pink. And basically you're stitching half circles with a really pretty trim, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it's just a beautiful scarf. Okay, so someone made it in greens. It was really pretty, but she said it's not very warm. Okay, it's not intended to be a warm scarf. It's intended to be an accent. In other words, if you're wearing a beautiful pink dress or sundress, or you've got a beautiful pink sweater, you can just add that or whatever color. She did hers in green. Whatever color, it's intended to be an accent. Now, I don't know that I'd wear it in the summer. It might be a little too heavy. But, you know, spring, winter, fall, it's a nice accent scarf. It's intended to be lacy and pretty, not really warm and toasty. Speaking of warm and toasty, we did 2 new patterns. I've got Stockinette here with me today. And she's wearing the Aspen ear warmer. And this is made out of the Red Heart Heatwave yarn. But you don't have to use that. You can use any medium number 4 weight yarn. And she's also wearing the Aspen neck warmer or cowl. And we did the headband or ear warmer first, and then we did the cowl second. They're 2 separate videos, but I made them in order to go together, and I added, let's see, turn her around here, the wooden buttons just for fun. And it's a really nice set. And if you're looking for something that you can whip up and give as a gift, that's a really great item. And the neat thing about it is it's super duper easy to adjust because it's just really basic stitches. Double crochets, front post double crochets, half double crochets, and just really basic stitches. And I actually wanted to make something for myself because I'm kind of at this place where I really don't like to wear, you know, a great big hat, but I want to cover my ears when I go outside with my dogs. And I made this blue one. This is the blue one. Isn't that cute? It's really fun to make. You can make it cinched or not. And one of the ladies said she was making these for all her granddaughters and grandsons. And she's leaving the cinch off for the guys and cinching it for the girls. And like this one that I showed you over here in the cream, you can add a button or a pin or whatever you want. Like here, I've got some big wooden buttons right there in the center. Make it really pretty. They're just really great to wear. It's kind of a little bit thicker. It's wider so that it covers the ears. It's not a basic headband, but it's not a hat. I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm just at this stage where I just don't really want to wear a hat. It's just me. So that is what we did this week. We did let me pop over there, the Queen Anne's lace scarf. And then we did, of course, like I showed you, and I called these the Aspen ear warmer and the Aspen neck warmer and cowl. So, and again, those can be made for the girls and the guys. Doesn't matter. All right, now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is the winner for the October giveaway. I haven't heard from her if she's received it yet, so we'll wait on that. But I do have a couple of really neat things going on. Our giveaway for November is donated from Michael's. It's going to be items. It's going to be a couple. I've got them over there in a bag. It's going to be items, not yarn this time. There's like blocking boards and some other things. But I'll tell you about that the 1st of November. And then in December, I have a yarn crochet group company called String Dingy Ding, and she's going to be donating some wonderful Christmas yarns and also a year subscription to her crochet patterns. and she does the cutest Ammy-jaramies. That's what I call them. I don't even know if that's the right pronunciation. Usually I just call them little stuffies. And I'll tell you more about that the 1st of December. So I'm really excited about the next 2 giveaways. And then in January, can you believe I'm saying January? Well, in January, we always do what I call the big mystery box of yarn giveaway. So in January, I'll stuff a bunch of fun, different assorted yarns in a medium shipping box, and it'll be a mystery and you won't know what it is until you get it. And so that's going to be our 3 giveaways for the next 3 months, and I'm really excited about it. We got some really neat things going on, and we also have a lot of really neat patterns that I've been working on. I've been able to go through, I say this all the time, I have a ton of patterns that I've written that I don't have videos for, and so as we're going through a lot of those, we're able to retest, update with new information, sizing, things like that. Lots of new pictures, because I'm trying to make sure that every video that we do, I do a photo tutorial for it. And so we've been working on all of that. And last night, my husband, I know y'all don't know this, and my husband, he writes and does all the music for my videos. And he asked me the other day, do you need some new music? You've been using the same music for a couple years. Because I really like what he does. And he is a musician. He's also a magician, but with music. And so he writes all my music, and he does all the instruments and things. And I remember when I told you about how I wanted a Christmas one with bells, and he stood there and shook the jingle bells to the beat of the music. It was so funny to record that. But anyway, we have so much fun when he does that. And then he wrote me 6 new songs, or I call them ditties, that I use at the beginning and ending of my videos. Lots of fun stuff. And so I've got new music coming as well. And one of the things that I've really tried hard not to do is when it's on YouTube, my videos on YouTube, I'll put a ad at the beginning and an ad at the end of my videos. And because I don't like to put them in the middle. I just don't care for that. A lot of people do. But it drives me crazy to watch a crochet video when I'm trying to do a project and there's 2 or 3 videos in the middle of the video. Okay? And so I try not to do that. I do it at the beginning and at the end. But I had someone contact me and say they don't like the ads that are playing on my videos. I don't get to choose those. I choose like a category. I don't want anything suggestive or unkind or inappropriate or anything like that, like no gambling or anything like that. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't want that. I want it geared toward yarn and crochet and things like that. But I have no control over which ads they decide to play. So this is what I tell people to do. Start the video, go grab a snack and a cup of coffee while the ads are playing. And then when it's done, watch the video, okay? I know they're annoying, and I don't like watching them either, to be honest with you, but we have to have them because that way I can keep as much of this stuff free as possible. Those ads pay for the giveaways that are not donated. Those ads pay for my web page and things like that, and the yarn that I use to make things. And so, and I don't make a bunch of money off of it. I call it pennies. But it does help keep what we're doing as free as possible. Okay? And so one thing I do want to remind everybody that this is a no drama llama place. We have no place for unkindness. And if you ever see, I had to delete a couple that were kind of this last week. And so if you ever see anybody being unkind to somebody else or saying something unkind, just let me know. Don't comment on it. Don't, be in their face or anything like that. Don't let it even worry you. Just let me know in case I don't see it, okay? Because I want this to be a happy place, a place where we can get away from the world for a while and our cares and just have fun and talk about yarn and crochet patterns. Because I think that that's what makes the crochet community so much fun. All right? So I just wanted to mention that here at the end of the video. And I want to wish everybody a great week. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to drink some coffee. And I'm going to let you go on that. And the last thing I want to say is thank you. Because remember, I can't do what I do without all of you.